The last thing that I'm looking at right now is I'm thinking to myself, boy, there really is a pretty clear path to two Big Ten teams and two SEC teams going to the playoff. The reason I say that is I don't know if Clemson's going to climb up high enough. If they can't even climb above Alabama on a week in which Alabama only beats Austin Peay from the FCS 34-0, then I don't know if Clemson has a real path at this thing, which means that if LSU were to beat Georgia and Michigan or Ohio State play a close game, then all it takes is a TCU loss and a USC loss, and we're talking about two Big Ten teams and two SEC teams in the playoff in the form of Georgia, LSU, Michigan, and Ohio State. That's the way that it all played out. Like those are all the mental gymnastics that I went through when I started watching this show, when I started seeing what they were giving us. And by the way, I'm giving you a lot of hand motions today. And why? Well, because I'm emotional. Oh, man. Okay, last thing that I want to do. Last week, I told you that there were 33 teams still available or with a path to a playoff spot if the playoff were the 12-team format that we'll have in the future, the proposed format. So after last week, how many would we have going into this week? Well, we did it. We got the list together, and here it is. This list, I believe, is that 25? Yeah, I believe it's 25. 25 teams would still have at least a shot at the playoff. Now, some of these are an outlandish shot, and I understand that. But remember, with 6 of the spots of a 12-team playoff going to the 6 best champions from throughout the sport, anybody who's still alive for a conference championship, a championship game berth, would still be alive to go to the playoff. Then you've also got those 6 at-large spots, and so you can kind of look at the rankings and you can kind of see who would still be alive for those spots. So here you have it. I'm going to list them for those listening. Here are the 25 teams that would still be available, if you will, in an expanded college football playoff. By conference: Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Purdue, Iowa, Illinois, Penn State, TCU, Kansas State, Texas, USC, Oregon, Washington, Utah, Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State, Notre Dame, UCF, Tulane, Cincinnati, and Coastal Carolina. If you tell me that this would not be better for the sport, then I have no hope for you. I'm sorry, but that's just the bottom line. This is going to be better for the sport. It needs to happen soon. I implore those that are in the conversations, whether it's the people with the Rose Bowl or the people that are with the expanded playoff committee, get it done as quickly as possible, because right now the subjective 4-team invitational with this committee that gives us rankings every Tuesday night is ruining the sport. It is eroding the trust in what is the ultimate achievement in the sport, which is the national championship.